When your child rolls their eyes or mutters something under their breath after you say no, it does not just sound rude. It lands emotionally. Your body reacts before your brain even catches up. You feel disrespected, challenged, and dismissed all at once. That reaction is human. Most parents are not upset by the words themselves, but by what the words seem to mean. It feels like a rejection of your authority and everything you are trying to teach. That emotional hit is what pulls parents into responses that feel right in the moment, but quietly make the problem worse. The common responses that accidentally fuel backtalk. Most parents react to backtalk in ways that feel responsible and necessary. They explain the rule again. They justify the decision. They try to correct the tone immediately. They remind their child about respect and gratitude. All of this comes from care. You want your child to learn. You want the moment to mean something. The problem is not what you are trying to teach. The problem is when you are trying to teach it. In the middle of a heated moment, your child is not in a learning state. When you explain or argue, you are not correcting the behavior. You are extending the interaction. And every extra sentence keeps the emotional loop going. Parents often believe that if they just find the right words, their child will suddenly understand. But in reality, long explanations during emotional moments do not build insight. They build resistance. Another common response is matching energy. Your child gets sharp, so your tone gets firm. They raise their voice, so you raise yours. This feels like taking control, but what it actually does is turn the moment into a power struggle. And once it becomes a power struggle, the original issue is lost. The conversation is no longer about the rule. It is about who wins. Without meaning to, parents teach one powerful lesson over time. If I push hard enough, I get a reaction. If I argue long enough, the conversation continues. If I escalate, I stay engaged. That is how backtalk becomes a pattern instead of a phase. What is actually happening in your child's brain? Before continuing with what actually happens, if you're a new parent or someone who is looking for some good parenting tips, you need to subscribe and like this video to show some support. Now, to understand why these responses backfire, you have to look at what is happening inside your child's brain in real time. When your child talks back, their emotional system is activated. Their body is preparing for defense. The thinking part of the brain that handles reasoning, impulse control, and perspective taking is not fully available in that moment. That means your logic does not land. Your explanations are not processed. Your words are filtered through emotion, not understanding. From your child's perspective, they are not rejecting your values. They are reacting to how they feel in their body. This is why calm matters so much. Your nervous system sets the tone. When you stay steady, your child's system has something stable to mirror. When you escalate, their system stays on high alert. This is not about being soft. It is about regulation. Children borrow calm before they can create it on their own. When you bring emotional intensity into the moment, their brain stays stuck in reaction mode. When you reduce stimulation, their brain can begin to settle. Once the emotional system quiets down, learning becomes possible again. Respectful communication becomes possible again. That is why timing matters more than talking, and why fewer words are often more powerful than more. The short response that changes everything. Once you understand why long explanations and emotional reactions do not work, the solution becomes surprisingly simple. The goal is not to win the moment. The goal is to stop feeding the pattern. Short responses work because they remove fuel. There is nothing to argue with, nothing to debate, nothing to react against. The sentence you choose matters less than how you deliver it. Your tone should be calm, steady, and neutral. Not cold, not sarcastic, just clear. Here are the exact phrases that work because they set a boundary without inviting a conversation. If your child is using attitude or sarcasm, say, "Try again respectfully." If your child is overwhelmed or yelling, say, "I will listen when you are calm." If your child is repeating the request, hoping for a different answer, say, "Asked and answered." Each phrase does the same thing. It signals that communication is welcome, but disrespect is not. And once you say it, you stop talking. Silence is part of the boundary. How this looks in real life. Imagine your child asks for something and you say no. Their body shifts. Their voice sharpens. They say, "That is so unfair. You never let me do anything." Your instinct is to explain. Instead, you pause and say, "Try again, respectfully." Your child may stare at you, waiting for more. That pause is important. It means the old pattern is not being met. If they push again and say, "You are so mean," you respond, "I will listen when you are calm." Then you stop. You do not justify. You do not defend yourself. You let the moment breathe. Sometimes your child will walk away frustrated. Sometimes they will calm down and try again. Either outcome is progress because the boundary stayed intact. When they do try again, even imperfectly, you acknowledge it. You engage. You show them that calm communication opens the door. What to do when they push harder? Sometimes behavior gets louder before it gets quieter. This is normal. Your child is testing to see if the old pattern still works. Stay consistent. If they escalate, you repeat the same response, or you pause the interaction. We will talk about this later. You are not ignoring them. You are teaching them how access to conversation works. Calm communication opens the door. Disrespect closes it. What changes over time? When you consistently respond with short, calm phrases, something remarkable begins to happen. Your child's brain starts to notice that backtalk no longer triggers a reaction. It no longer starts a debate. It no longer changes outcomes. Over time, the intensity of the responses begins to fade. You may notice small shifts first, less eye-rolling, softer sighs, fewer muttered complaints. Your child may test boundaries occasionally, but the push is not as strong. Their brain is learning that disrespect does not give power. Calm communication does. At the same time, your child begins to trust that the rules are consistent. They know what to expect. That predictability reduces anxiety and frustration. They start to experiment with different ways of asking. They start to use words instead of tone. Slowly but surely, the pattern changes from conflict to cooperation. This does not happen overnight. Some children respond quickly, others take longer. The key is consistency. Every time Backtalk meets the same calm wall, the behavior fades a little more. How the pattern finally breaks. Eventually, the pattern breaks completely. Backtalk no longer serves a purpose because it does not get attention or change outcomes. Your child has learned that volume and attitude are ineffective. Calm and respectful communication becomes the only way to get their message across. Authority is restored, not through control or punishment, but through calm consistency. You have shown your child that boundaries are real and that emotional escalation does not change the outcome. The long-term impact is profound. Your child develops self-regulation and learns how to manage their emotions. You build a stronger relationship grounded in respect rather than fear. And most importantly, the power struggles that once consumed your energy and patience are replaced with predictable, calm interactions. The simple principle is this: one short sentence, calm tone, stop talking, repeat every time. That is how Backtalk stops. That is how respect and calm authority take root. That is how the pattern finally breaks for good.